Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. Welcome to this lesson on using the map. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the map to locate equipment, determine what you own, and what you can do next. Let's begin. So once you hit escape to get to this screen, the top icon is your map. You can zoom in and out using the controls displayed at the bottom. So this is the furthest out I can zoom. So this shows me my full map. You can hold the key and pan the map. On the console it'll be different, but you'll see that down here. The next piece we want to talk about is how you locate equipment. So you can see you've got equipment icons here, and if we zoom in a bit, you can see they basically resemble, in essence, little toy versions of what you have. These are tractors, and as we click on them, you can see that they in fact are. This contraption with what looks like an arm sticking out is what's called a harvester, and this is just a pickup truck. You've then got other icons around the map that give you examples of buildings, so we can see our silo, a hayloft, a water tank, our farmhouse. If we zoom out, you can see other things like the shop, a gas station, fromage de lune. So you can explore the map to your heart's content. You'll notice that when you highlight a vehicle, if you own it, you can enter the vehicle directly from the map. If you've got places here, you can go ahead and tag them. So if I come out, you can see there's this magic shaft of light from, we'll say, the GPS satellites, sending things down onto Earth so that you know exactly where that item on the map is. You can also then just untag it, it stops blinking. So then if you hit the farmland piece, this shows you what you own, the highlighted area. So we can see we own, if we zoom in, fields 40, 41, and 38. The other thing in this mode that you're able to do is to click on other parcels and see the value and how much it would cost for you to purchase them. So you can see buy shows up as an option now. Just as when you're here, you could sell your property from this farmland view as well. So you're able to see, because the value's red, we're unable to buy any of these parcels, which makes sense given that we've only got $100,000. So you can hit escape to go back, or X for map overview to toggle out of that. The last thing we're going to go ahead and cover that you can use the map for is to determine what type of work you want to do. We've seen what we own. Here we can see the crop types. You look at the colors here to determine what they are. So it looks like field 41 doesn't have anything on it, and it looks like 40 and 38 have something to do with wheat. Now you'll notice there are certainly colors that are similar. So you might question, well, how do I know for sure that this is wheat and not something that looks like wheat? Well, if you click on any of these, you can toggle that particular thing on and off. So now you can see we've turned wheat off, and those fields have turned off, so they are clearly wheat. So this is also beneficial if you're just interested. Perhaps you have some money and you want to buy land, and you want to buy some land that has a certain crop type on it already. You can just turn everything else off, and then you'll just see that lit up, or you can obviously go the opposite and zoom out and then see which fields turn off. So if there's more crops than fit on the screen initially, you'll see there's a second crop type screen, but it works the same way. So like in this view, there is no oilseed radish. But if I toggle grass on and off, you can see fields 2 and 7 change. The next option that the map helps you with is growth stages. Similarly, you can turn things on and off. So you can see cultivated, which is our field 41 is cultivated. If I turn that off, I can see that. For the most part, they all work the same way. You can see growing has various stages, so there's different shades of green that your crops will go through as they grow, and ultimately they'll get to the point of ready to harvest. So these also are somewhat in a sequence that will help you keep in mind what the order of operations is in Farming Simulator. So you'll need to cultivate and or plow before you have what's called a seed bed, which means you can go ahead and deposit seeds into it. So a cultivated field cannot be planted directly unless you have a device that does that. So we'll cover that in a different lesson. And then you would obviously wait for your crops to grow. They'd be ready to harvest. You'd harvest them. Your field state would change to harvested. So in field 40, for example, we're harvested. But in field 38, we're ready to harvest. For certain crop types, you have to remove their tops or the foliage. I believe this only will take effect in seasons mode, but if you don't get your crop off the field in time, crop will wither and die. So that gives you an example of how you can use the map within Farming Simulator. We'll see you next time.